Hi, everybody. My name is Chris Spruill, and I am here from Freudenberg IT to talk about our partnership with Lenovo. I appreciate the thirst for knowledge that brings you here this late in the day at a conference where I'm sure there were some celebrations going on last night and will be tonight. So again, I appreciate your patience and I won't abuse your time. I'm the head of enterprise architecture at Freudenberg IT, FIT, an SAP hosting partner. And we're going to talk a little bit about who we are and why we're doing this. We're going to talk a little bit further about all the challenges that we had prior to adopting this wonderful relationship with Lenovo, what it's like partnering with Lenovo, and then finally, where we're going from here. All right? So FIT, actually we are a division of a private conglomerate from Germany. They do manufacturing, they do textiles, they do chemicals, but they also had a partnership with SAP that dates back to 1972. And if any of you know, that's when SAP was founded. How was it founded? Hasso and the gang got together and started writing code on a mainframe in a Freudenberg data center. So the partnership started there. We were their 7th customer. And because of the SAP experience that we had in our own internal data centers, in 1995, we spun off FIT as a division to help other folks do SAP hosting specifically. So today, we have about 350 customers globally. About 150 of those, maybe a little bit more now, are in the United States. So we have data centers in US, we have the data centers in Germany, and we have data centers in China as well. When SAP began its quote-unquote move to the cloud, we had already been there for many years. It was just called hosting then. But now we were one of the first private cloud certified SAP hosting facilities and still are going forward. What we're really proud about, though, is the fact that of all of these different types of cloud models, we have customers who consistently rank our services and our support as the highest. And because of that, the next slide pains me. First off, my engineering department said absolutely do not use that picture. It is not in our data center. It is nothing like our data centers, which are pristine and clean and happy. And I intentionally put the subtext there to make sure that everyone understood this was a stock photo I found on the web. But it is more representational of what was in our souls at the time as we were implementing certain other vendors' HANA appliances. And I say appliances because we had to use appliances back then for sure. In 2011, when SAP released SAP HANA, we were implementing for customers who could not yet even conceive what they might run on it. SAP software was not running on top of it. You couldn't run ERP on HANA, S4 HANA, BW on HANA. It was merely something that would allow you to do analytics against a traditional database. So when we did the first boxes, they were very, very new. They were very large, and they were certainly following the appliance model. Another problem that we've encountered then as well as now is that our customers don't necessarily know their own growth rates, don't know if they're going to do an acquisition, don't know what their initial sizing might be. We do our best to make sure that we're accurate on that, but if we're not, an appliance model can limit you, especially if you're incapable of growing. And that's what we found with our previous vendors' solutions, which was there was a technical as well as a financial upgrade gap. Initially, if we were to go above a 512 gigabyte HANA appliance, we would basically have to re-implement. There was no scaling beyond that. In addition, the lower grade model could not go very large in the same chassis. You would have to go to a higher grade model, which was extremely expensive. And because we are very much partnered with our customers, it's difficult for us to have to go and say, hey, that contract you signed, well, you grew faster than anybody anticipated, and now we're going to have to charge you a lot more to allow you to continue to grow. This is not a comfortable conversation. It's not something I would ever be happy in doing, and we struggled with it for much longer than we had hoped to do so. Plus, the previous vendors' appliances had a very large footprint in our data centers. They required SAN storage against them, as well as just in general being larger in the racks in which we were placing them. All of this translated into a situation where we were having to charge more than we would like, and it was hurting our both reputation and our ability to compete in the marketplace, solely because of something that should have been completely transparent to the customers. Partnering with Lenovo has helped this tremendously. As a matter of fact, the relationship is so good, I should say, that at this time last year, at Sapphire, we were not yet a Lenovo customer. And this year we are on stage talking for Lenovo because we have seen so much benefit from it. The first thing that really attracted us to the Lenovo model was it was flexible and it was scalable. Changes can occur within the same chassis. You can reuse the compute books that are in the chassis and other chassis if you have to switch things out. So you've got this built-in scalability, this built-in upgradability that is just incredibly useful to us. If we're going to scale out, we're going to be using the same equipment. We don't have to change models. We don't have to change configurations. We don't have to adjust the storage to which we're connecting because all of this is built into the solution. We were also going to be able to use GPFS. GPFS had a couple of advantages for us. One, it made the HANA environment a lot denser for compressing the space we were going to be using. Two, because of the nature of our data centers, we use what's called a Metro DC cluster. So we own 2 data centers, and if you think of taking one and just sort of tearing it apart, separating it out about 10 kilometers from each other, we own the fiber connecting those 2 data centers. All right? So in this situation, GPFS has some unique storage capabilities that can allow us to do replication between the 2 synchronously. So that was another benefit. Now, obviously, there was going to be a learning curve if we were going to implement a new technology, something different from what we had been doing for about 2.5 years. And there was. These guys have been fantastic. First off, they offered up training up front prior to us even making a purchase. They came in, let's show you how good this is going to be. Let's show you how it's going to be different. Let's show you what's going to be an improvement. And let's make sure the technical gap is already bridged for you by the time you put your first one in the data center. Anytime we've had any kind of an issue, anytime we have questions, anytime I need help trying to figure out the best architecture for an individual customer, something that's going to give them the cheapest possible price that we can offer, I can call them and they will sit with me and walk me through the different options and why one is better than the other. Plus, they always tend to call and say, hey, something new has come out. Now we can support 2 terabytes of production HANA within this chassis instead of 1.5. Not been announced yet, but you're going to be able to do this as soon as you make X and Y decisions. Perfect. So I don't have to go out and try and clamor for information. They know that they can give this to me at any time. So going forward, this was a foot in the door in many ways for our Lenovo partnership. We thought, HANA, we've got it, that'll be fine, Lenovo. No. They've been so wonderful as a partner. We're expanding what we're going to be able to do. First off, we're looking forward to getting some introductory information on what's going to happen with the next generation of Intel processors in their hardware. And what's nice about this too is it's going to work in the same type of chassis, the same type of compute book that we have in our data centers already. And secondly, we're looking at non-HANA options, maybe running on hyper-converged hardware. So we're getting all sorts of information on that this week as well. Anyway, thank you again for your attention today. I just wanted to make sure that you were aware of how good they are to partner with. If you're looking for making a hardware decision, I don't think you could do better than Lenovo. It has made a huge difference in our business. And if you're looking for any kind of SAP hosting or private cloud environments, by all means, talk to us at FIT. Thanks for your time today. If you have any additional questions, technical questions, by all means, we can relocate over here to the discussion room, and my buddy Al will probably answer a lot more of them than I will, but I'll do my best as well. Also, every one of you that got a card handed out here, please go by the Lenovo booth. They have something nice and shiny for you. Thank you again.